I am 13 years old, and today we're going to talk about autoimmune diseases. Now, let's first know what an autoimmune disease is. As you know, this is a T cell, a killer T cell, and a B cell. So now, these ones are our main cells. The rest are innate. We're going to list a few examples today. Okay. First and foremost, we have inactive here. So now we have these cells. I need to talk about good autoimmune diseases. Inactive. Inactive is a type of immune disease that's not really a big threat but still dangerous. Cytokine storm. Cytokine storm is a deadly one. Active autoimmune disease. And bodily defense and antibody defense. All defenses like these are a part of how they can destroy the immune system. So let's look at classes. Number one's class. Inactive. Inactive means not a big threat. Inactive is split into two groups. Emergency or pain. Repeat. Now, in these one, let's start with emergency. Emergency is one in we have a chain of cycles that lead to an autoimmune disease. That's when a cell attacks a normal cell. After attacking that normal cell, it activates other cells. So let's start the coalition in repeat. Now, it activates other cells, and the other cells activate others. The activated cell will kill or produce. And then after a normal infection, we have memory cells. Memory killer. Memory cells will be created. Now this is emergency, where it's non-appropriate. This means it can be caused due to anything that involves like attacking self. This includes the following. In an emergency. Number one, misdeactivation. We need 3 cells. We have the macrophages, the neutrophils, and dendritic cells. All of these cells can produce. In an infection, macrophages will eat the bacteria. Neutrophils will kill bacteria with their cytokines. And dendritic cells will activate other cells. But what does this mean? If the dendritic cell can activate, it starts here. It recruits L1, LB3, 2, and it also recruits the most important MCN. L1 activates more neutrophils to the area, causing a more stronger response. This is when autoimmune diseases sometimes happen because more cells are recruited. LL1, then LB32 makes macrophages grow bigger and stronger so they can eat more enemies. Now these two can cause a side effect if mistreated and can cause bodily defense. Number 1, an L1s let the neutrophils attack the blood system if out of control. Here's your blood system and here's your heart. Now, the circulatory system will get attacked, mostly in every part in this autoimmune disease response. Every part is now attacked, blood vessels are ripped and teared. Now that is L1 does, but what also it does is proliferate excess bleeding. We bleed from the inside. Now this causes a reaction that causes more bleeding and more attacks. Next one. Then we go to the neutrophils. MNC activates neutrophils, but also does something more. It tells them to multiply rapidly, as fast as they can, at a short amount of time. Now, this short amount of time will lead to more cells attacking the body. This normal flesh, and this is your immune system attacking the flesh, tearing it to bits. But it also does something more. It tells the cell to degranulate. First, it tells the cell to make deadly chemicals inside of it and release it in high quantities. It also tells the cell to make receptors called ZDs. ZDs, these are receptors that are on the neutrophil, but they are not supposed to be in this high quantity. Now, the CDs can either be activated by two things to cause this cycle to happen. Number 1, the complement system. The complement system will build a structure called the CDL reactivator. The CDL reactivator, CDL reactivator, makes the disease able to fight. If this one comes in contact with, let's say, a normal cell, then the neutrophil attacks. It activates all of its defenses and kills the cell. In this sense, the neutrophil turns from passive to aggressive. Now finally we have macrophages. What do they do in this case? In this case, we have a macrophage. Here, the macrophage can produce LC, BL1, BL2. These three chemicals do a wide range. LC orders cells to die in massive quantities. BL1 orders more immune defenses to arrive in high quantities. Now we get the point of BL2 stimulates the macrophage to eat more and more. Now, this is a roughly shown map of what these chemicals do when the macrophage makes them. It also makes an enzyme protein called CD. It makes an enzyme protein called L2. L2 is a different protein. It makes macrophages, produce more enzymes of it. The more of this, the more the macrophage changes. it starts going to attack mode, going to attack any cell it sees. Yes. Now the macrophage is attacking your cells. Now we talked about the emergency pain repeat. Now for this one to happen, we need either two circumstances. Number one, a wide injury. So let's take a look on how this could happen. Number one, this could either happen because of a healthy cell has died near other healthy cells. In this case, we have our innate cells. When they come in contact, they activate. Tiny alarm signals goes on and start progressing. They attack the healthy cells in the process and killing them. In this case, we have a cell that's repeating the same infection, but the immune system is killing the dead cells and the healthy ones. Ended up to more wounds inside the body. Now we talk about inactive. Let's go to active. Inactive, if we have two things that happen. Active means that we have a real autoimmune disease. Now, the autoimmune disease could start from an unknown source. Now, for this one to start, we need to go deeper. Let's say we have a dangerous disease that has self-antigen. This is self-antigen. Self-antigen is a molecule that's only found on our cells too. Inactive, we start off the same way. Macrophages receive this threat and then match it with the disease. After they find a confirmed match between the DNA of cells and the DNA of this bacterium, then they know it has to be eradicated. So at the process, the macrophage decides to eat both the virus-infected cells and a healthy cell, causing an immune reaction that starts eradicating the same thing over and over. More cells come, more cells kill. But what is active divided into? It's divided into two: innate, adaptive. Innate is when your innate immune system attacks your own body cells, and then starts a cascade of wounds. This one is caused by your innate immune system and it destroys the wounds, making cells dead or unalive. Cells, like your innate, will decide to eat all these broken cells plus the healthy ones, causing a variable scar tissue inside. The two organs it infects are either from two areas: your heart, your lymph nodes. Your lymph nodes and your heart are the most ones that are commonly attacked by this. Because your innate immune system is highly aggressive, it will attack anything that doesn't look like it, hurting healthy cells. Now we go to adaptive, that's split into three parts that it attacks: your lymph nodes, your thymus, and your spleen. So in adaptive, what does this mean? Let's imagine the infection got deeper and helper T cells have activated a dozen killers. The dozen killers will obviously, kill. The killer group will kill healthy cells. The killer T cells will kill healthy cells and also the disease. Helper T cell activates kill T cells, and they kill healthy cells and the disease itself. Or it could be more sophisticated. A helper T cell could activate a regulatory T cell, and the regulatory T cell activates, thanks to the helper T cell, a B cell. Then further attacks the both cells. It attacks the healthy cells and the disease. Now we have a pattern. The T cell activates killer cells to kill the disease, to kill the infection, and the helper T cells activate regulatory T cells, and regulatory T cells activate the B cell to kill the cells. At a sense, means we have two parts of your adaptive immune system. One attacking the disease, one attacking, your cells. Now we talked about active, we're going to talk about cytokine storm. Cytokine storm. What does this mean in particular? Cytokine storm is a rather more sophisticated. Let's see if this is a cell. You cannot see it, but I'll make it easier. Let's say this is a cell. In cytokine storm, your cells are infected in the thousands and the disease can spread to your immune system. All these cells are infected. Now, also your immune cells are infected. Now, what happens here? In a cytokine storm, your immune cells, all of them, will decide to act against this threat. By attacking not only these immune cells, they also attack the healthy cells. It's a chain reaction. The innate immune system wants to get rid of the infected, and since the infected is so widespread, they have a decision. The immune system decides to go on a full-on attack, attacking and killing the virus. Now, from this case, it also kills healthy tissue, damaging you, to the point where it's so damaged it cannot heal itself. Now, let's go to the immune book and see what it has to say for these two. From the immune book, it says everything begins with a pathogen infection in the body. That's the first step, a pathogen. In this case, we need a disease that's powerful enough and to disguise as your cells. So it always has to start with first the infection. In this phase, bacteria and viruses might look the same. We have a cell and we have a virus. The virus infects the cell, mixing with its DNA. Now the cell and the virus produce an infected cell. The infected cell produces a virus that has both DNA. It has both RNA of the cell and virus as from their parents. Now you can kind of see something. The virus infects the cell. The infected cell makes two viruses. One with the virus, one with the cell's DNA, and in 1 hour, our virus have multiplied into 1,000 viral groups. Now, divide this viral group by 2. 2 times 10, 5, then we get 500. The 1,000 minus 500 is 500. Now we have two groups. Each group has 100. Now the problem is that now we have the cell fighting, the virus is fighting for dominance inside our cell before they could infect. Now, in this case, is the strongest virus will always win against the rest of the weaker ones that are the cellular virus. The cellular virus will lose to the main virus. as in the point, they lose. And the cell gets infected. And the viral infection continues normal. But in this case, the cell virus wins over the virus, killing it. And now it can continue infecting. Now we go to antigen. Let's say one virus has 20 different types of antigen on its surface. 20. Now, we have antigens that fight over each other. We have the home virus. It doesn't have the home, as the home also has the home cells. That's antigen. Home and virus. Virus antigen and home antigen are very different in this circumstance. We can see that the cell's antigen looks like a DNA chain, while the viral antigen looks way different. In this case, the home antigen takes over the virus. So, under 1 hour, we have a virus that is 100 with proteins multiplied by 1 plus 2. We got 102 antigen groups of the cell. In case you're wondering, this is a T cell's antigen. The T cell antigen looks like this, with a receiver and with a demander. Let's name this one R for receive, and this one demand. The receiver connects to antigens like this. While connecting to them, it's receiving the information that the T cell is getting. This one, in particular, is demanding. That means it connects with a different protein of the cell that it connects to proteins that make it demand for more. So, yeah. Now, the next part of this has a worry. Now we talked about antigens, we're going to talk about the T cells now. Let's list up the groups of T cells. Let's say we have 3 T cell groups that are all different. Sure, some of them are killers, but there's a problem in this autoimmune disease. Let's do gene sequencing to find out how this is. This is the gene of our virus. It has 15 14 and has 1 strand. That equals 15. 15 times 1 is that. Now for our T cell, the first T cell looks like this. Since this T cell is unfamiliar, it has 1, 2, 3, 6 and has a zigzag line. Zigzag doesn't count and it's only 6. So the 6 can't match with 15. The 15 receptor of the virus cannot match with a typical 6 that will look like this. The 6 and the 15 are different, hence it cannot match. So let's X this first T cell out of the group. Next we have killer. Now for killer T cell, let's count how much it looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 plus 1 strand. 4 plus 1 equals 5. Close, right? And since 5 looks like this, instead of our typical 15, it cannot match. So let's X kill a T cell. Now our helper T cell looks like the same way as this one. Now we have 15 from this one, and 15 plus 15, you get our antigen. The antigen for the T cell matches with the antigen of the virus, and then hence this T cell can stop the virus. But in autoimmune diseases, we have more corrupt genes than fixed ones. Let's say the virus could choose any type of gene. In a zigzag, a 12, maybe a zigzag and a 12. Now this is a broken gene that has no answer. We can only count this, but we'll get our wrong answer. In this case, we need the line equals 1. But the smaller lines equals a different number. So in this case, since it's a zigzag wiggly one, we cannot identify this. This is a question mark. This one we can count. So we have 14, and it's the wrong weapon. If this was a protein, it will look more like this. Now this is a broken protein because our 14 doesn't add up to this question mark. Now the 14 question mark cannot fit in any number because the number 14 receptor looks like this. 14 looks like a crochet with 2. And this one is not with 2. It has a mystery number that can add to the total number. Now, that's the problem because in this case, our cell does not know the disease at all. Now, we go to the 4th step, invasion. For this one, you don't need any complex math or anything. It will be very simple. The virus-infected cell looks like a normal cell. This is what infected cells are supposed to look like. Infected cells. They are infected and then have something inside. But this is what an autoimmune disease infected cell looks like. Identical to this healthy one. Since they look like the same, your immune system, when finding out this cell is infected, will also decide to kill this one, ending both of the cells. Healthy and sick die in the process. Now in this stage, many cells will die, and it will be very hard for your body to replenish those cells because more will continue dying. The next step is antibodies. Remember our T cell has recently activated a B cell, but the B cell does not also know which cell is which. So it attacks, well, both, like a blind child attacking both, killing both cells, neutralizing them. Even your healthy ones. Next, we have what happens after the effect. In the after effect, we have memory cells that will continue living. Now, if you're at the memory stage, you're likely going to die because there's no way that your memory cells will forget and no way your body can kill them. So, you are going to die. How do autoimmune diseases kill a past one? For this, it's not that hard actually. Autoimmune diseases only exist to heart, but they need a lot of energy. One cytokine storm can kill you, yes, but how? Mainly, it's believed from early years, like at the 1960s, that the most form of autoimmune diseases are caused due to the immune system attacking the body. Now, that ain't true because your immune system won't normally attack the body. So, Now let's look to now. We have evidence why. And here's the three. Number one, the infection. Remember, before we can classify T cells and B cells, we need an infection. Something like an infection. Something like an infection that looks like a normal, a healthy body. Now, how could that happen? Remember, it could happen inside of the cell, or it could happen due to disease. He's being too powerful. In Ebola's video, we talked about how Ebola was too powerful for your body to handle. And now, due to that, the cytokine storm is blind. Your immune defenses are blind and 100 in numbers, quickly trying to eradicate that one threat. Now, imagine like giving, let's say, a chimpanzee with a flame gun, a rocket gun, and a tank, and ordering it to attack a nuclear facility. Will that go well? No. Now that's what's happening. The infection just gets worse and worse as more damage is inflicted. Then damage gets so bad, the body dies. That's the first step. Number two, how long the infection lasts. You don't need to die because of an autoimmune disease. You need to survive the disease to get an autoimmune disease. Now, we need to survive from dangerous diseases because 100% if you don't survive, you die before getting one. In this case, we have corona. In corona, your body does survive in it. They thrive over the coronavirus and win. Now, as they win, they also try to stop. They also notice that the healthy cells are now there who are still infected, and a lot of them. Some are damaged, so the cells decide to attack the damaged and non-damaged cells, causing, well, death. The next one is the most obvious one, overwhelming your immune system. In overwhelming, we can talk about many things like it. Like, we could talk about, for example, number one, chemical warfare. In this case, a cell makes two chemicals. Each of them can cause an autoimmune disease, but they normally control that amount. Now in corona or any dangerous disease, they have no control and release it everywhere, making a dangerous weapon to kill you. Now we explained all the three ways you can die to it. We also need to talk about, is your immune system really that dangerous? Sure, it's a weapon, but is it that really dangerous? Yes. Now, it doesn't mean like the immune system is killing you. An autoimmune disease can also happen in some other dangerous diseases like tuberculosis. Remember, your cells cannot kill the bacteria, so they contain it. And then, if it pops, your immune system does an autoimmune disease to hold it back together again. But at the same time, they also destroy the body very badly. We rip holes into your cells just to stop an infection that they cannot even fight. So, we come to the end of this video. If you enjoy it, please like and subscribe.
Yeah.